Happy Tuesday. It is great to have you on board on 95.7 FM and streaming, of course, on the KCMO Talk Radio app right there on your phone. It is that time of the week.
It's time for Tirade Tuesday on 95.7 FM and 710 AM KCMO.
Are you talking to me?
How dare you?
It's morning, so it's Mundo.
We got an open line at 913-408-7957 on a Tirade Tuesday. Let's roll with Raytown Tony. What's up, Tony? You're first up on a Tirade Tuesday. What do you got for me?
Good morning, fellas. So I went to a seminar over the weekend in Indianapolis, Indiana. We stayed at a Verbo. The front of this Verbo has got a lot of windows and couches and stuff like that. Not one single drape. Who has a house with no drapes in the front window when it's all windows? That is the weirdest thing.
I would say serial killers. That's who leaves the drapes off the windows at a Verbo.
I think you're correct on that, Mr. Mundo. I would believe that 100%. And if you're listening and you don't have drapes on your window in the front of your house, shame on you. Go get some dang drapes and hang them up.
What did you do? Put a bed sheet over the windows there once you realized what was going on?
No, actually, I congregated in the backyard where the fire pit was, and I didn't even worry about it. But it's still weird.
I hope you left a proper review there, Tony. I hope you told them to get some damn drapes on the windows.
That's exactly what I left it in the review. It's a great house, but get some dang drapes up there. I don't want everybody watching me walk around.
Yeah, well,
potato chips in the middle of the night.
Yeah, we don't want to see that, Tony, in the tidy whities, brother. Have a good day.
No, nobody, trust me, nobody wants to see that.
No, we're on the same page there, Tony. Thanks, buddy. That's a good tirade to kick it off here on KCMO. 913-408-7957. 913-408-7957. Open line on a Tirade Tuesday. Next up is Steve in KCK. What's up, Steve? Good morning.
Good morning, Pete. You know, I was going to start this tirade out about Mayor Lucas and bringing in the illegal immigrants and making this a sanctuary city. If he wants to make it a sanctuary city, he could go there and run for mayor. I'm sure he would win. But the more I sit here and think about it, if this violates state law, where the hell's Governor Parsons at on this? You know, why hasn't he chimed in?
Yeah, well, I reached out to the governor's. I reached out to the governor's office last week when this came down, saying, "Can we get him on the show to talk about it?" And never heard back. Just so you know.
Yeah, just take a look at Chicago. Be prepared for our community centers to be overran, and that's it. That's my tirade. It's going to hurt our community and people that need the help. The City Union Mission, those people will be pushed out, and the illegal immigrants will be pushed in. Thanks, Pete.
Thank you, Steve. 913-408-7957 on a Tirade Tuesday on KCMO Talk Radio. Get your calls in. We have an open line right now available for you at 913-408-7957. Whatever you want to rant on. This segment's about you, not about me. You pick the topics here, okay? Been doing this now for, it's been almost 2.5 years at Tirade Tuesdays. Let's go to Jim. He's up north. Jim, go ahead. What's your tirade?
Yeah, all these college guys that are saying death to America, are they saying that before or after their student loans are taken away?
Oh, that's good there, Jim. That's good. Well done. You know, it's funny you bring that up on a Tirade Tuesday. I just posted this video. If you haven't seen the video, at Columbia, they've got these protesting students dancing like some weird performance art dance at Columbia. They're all wearing masks, by the way. I mean, it's the dumbest looking thing you'll ever see. And I just shared it, and I wrote, "You better pay off their student loans, damn it." I mean, this is comical. We're talking about bailing out these people's student loans as they chant death to America, as Jim pointed out, as they show their clear anti-Semitism as well. The faculty supports them, and we want the government, you, the taxpayer, to be bailing out this clown show and this disgrace that is taking place on these prominent university campuses? You got to be kidding me. 913-408-7957 on a Tirade Tuesday. Open line. Let's keep it rolling with Steve in Kansas City. Steve, what's your tirade?
Oh, Pete, man, you got to give some love to the Comets in the indoor soccer finals and the the Mavericks winning the minor league hockey championship. It's
Hey, Steve.
Nobody cares.
Anyway, what's your tirade? Go.
Listen. The most amazing thing happened out of the mouths of babes. This USC film professor is very illustrated. Was humbled by trashing the beautiful Sydney Sweeney. This woke professor had to run back to the Ivy Tower after she was just mercilessly mocked by the actress, who told her that she had to apologize for her puppies. This is how we destroy woke: is you humiliate them, you make them persona non grata, like our mayor. You primary him, you cut off his funding. You don't play around and you don't legitimize him and say, oh yes, Mayor Lucas, we need to discuss this. No, you tell him that he's insane and he's nuts and he's never going to have a political career again. We're going to primary him even on the Democratic side if he destroys our town. You don't kind of make him legitimate. This is the problem. This is what we have to realize when dealing with these. Now that he's exposed himself.
That's an interesting, Steve, thank you. It's an interesting tirade to weave in Sydney Sweeney to Quentin Lucas, something I didn't think would anyway have a correlation. But your reference, of course, is to Sydney Sweeney, who's right now, I would say, the it girl, for lack of a better word. She ripped a USC adjunct professor who said that she was not pretty. And you can be blind and realize that Sydney Sweeney is very attractive. And by the way, the woke are upset that Sydney Sweeney is the it girl because she's like what we considered until 5 years ago to be like a normal, very attractive female. Like, she's a hot chick, all right? That's what she is. But now we want like a non-binary, severely obese person to be considered like the it girl. We need more Lizzos, according to the woke, to be the it girls. Because weight's just one part. It's like, no, that's not. Like, look what happened to Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret destroyed its brand by going woke. Because amazingly, not just men, but also women want to see beautiful people in their lingerie. They went woke. It destroyed them. So Sydney Sweeney, to her credit, fired back on USC's adjunct professor. Her name was Carol Baum, and basically called her out for saying that she's not pretty, which is insane to anybody who's got, two eyes that function. Larry in Prairie Village, what's your tirade, Larry? Go.
Well, my tirade is I keep hearing from you guys about how anti-Semitic these protesters are. These people, to me, the word anti-Semitic means you hate Jews. You think Jews are inferior. They're something that they should just be wiped out. They're a curse on earth. That's what an anti-Semitic is. I don't see any of these protesters being that ignorant. That kind of racism is the.
You kidding? Are you kidding me, Larry? Are you kidding me? Do you even watch the? Do you even watch the news, Larry?
No.
I'm genuinely curious.
I watch the news every night.
Well, you know what? You're not watching the right news, Larry. You're not watching news that matters, there, big boy. I mean, look at Larry. Larry, you literally are not. They are chanting at these kids, "Go back to Israel." They are doing that at Columbia. They're at Yale. You had a Jewish kid who was hit in the eye with a flagpole. All right? They're telling these kids to not go to class. I mean, they are doing horrific things to these young people. And for you to sit there and be like, it's not that bad. Meantime, Charlottesville, you guys are still hanging your hat on Charlottesville, which was basically a couple dozen dopes who were, being also anti-Semitic. And you still talk about Charlottesville, Larry.
Well, here's what you're missing. The protests are not anti-Israel. Well, it is anti-Israel policy. I mean, the way that they have gone so overboard with their vengeance. I mean, they've killed 33,000 people so far, 80% women and children.
That's Hamas. That's Hamas's reporting. I'm glad that you trust Hamas's self-reporting, Larry.
Who do you trust? Who do you trust? Fox?
Larry, I certainly don't trust Hamas's self-reporting when they're the ones who, by the way, are using. Do I believe that innocent people have gotten killed, Larry? Yes, I do, in Gaza. I think that's a fact. Yes, that probably. Yes, probably. But here's the thing, Larry. What do you do then if a terrorist organization slaughters 1,000 innocent people in Israel, as they have, right? Do you not respond because the terrorists? You stop, Larry. Do you sit there and do you say to the terrorists, well, we won't counterattack you because you are using women and children as shields? Is that how you run in a civilized world? If you allow the terrorists to use women and children as human shields, Larry, do we allow them to protect themselves because of the scumbags that they are, Larry? Answer the question now.
What? All right, what is it? What's the question? Do
you not counterattack, Larry, because the scumbag terrorists?
Yes.
Oh, you don't?
Yes,
okay. Then you're I can't even say the word. I'm getting pissed now, Larry. You're ridiculous. You're a shameful, shameful person this morning, Larry. Okay? Go listen to KCUR and take your little pin that they give you when you donate $1 and shove it right up your backside, Larry. Okay?
Tough guy.
Tirade Tuesday in the books.